Well, I'm Tom Trust. How much does this EU cost the United Kingdom taxpayer? Well, if you get the figures from the Office of National Statistics, which is a branch of the Treasury, okay, official figures, over the 10 years from 1993 to 2002, the gross amount of money paid by the UK into the EU was £104 billion. But we received money back, rebates, and you know those little blue flag signs you see on buildings and developments, and they say this development was part funded or funded by the European Union. Well, that's not magic money, that's your money, British taxpayer, coming back to you. And so that we got back £104 billion in that 10-year period. So the net cost over £10 billion was £40 billion, averaging out, well, easy sum, £4 billion a year. That's 4,000 million. How can we translate that into more understandable money? Well, £11 million a day. It makes David Beckham's salary look tiny, doesn't it? Equivalent over that 10-year period to 160 800-bed, fully equipped, modern, state-of-the-art hospitals. That's a lot of money. And when that money does come back for these projects that are part funded or funded by the EU, it's not being used necessarily for projects that we in the UK would have perhaps put on the top of our shopping list. When they give us, when they allow us our money back, it's only on condition that we match the amount from other ways of raising money. So if you get £1 million for building development, you've got to raise another £1 million from somewhere. And it also has to be for something that the EU approves of. So you give me a £10 note, and I will let you have back £6. But only if you've got another £6 and you buy something for £12 that I approve of you buying. If you want to buy something that I don't approve of, like an ABBA CD, then I'm sorry, you can't have the money. And that is how it works. Oh, and then there's additional things like it was an EU regulation, for example, that increased the maximum size of articulated lorries within the EU. And there are an awful lot of road bridges in the United Kingdom that weren't actually strong enough, weren't built to take 40-ton lorries, and so they had to be strengthened, and the money for that came out of, well, taxes and revenues, a hidden cost of membership of the EU. So if you're happy with that, well, fine, but I think I would have rather that £40 billion £40 billion over the 10 years up to 2002 had been spent in this country by our government, by people we elect, on things that British people living in Britain chose to spend it on.